Cheryl Roberts, and my business is the Collective at Indigo Style, located in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. So I'm just going to tell you that Impacct Brooklyn is a nonprofit that is literally designed to help small businesses, entrepreneurs, small brands. Even if you just have an idea, they will take you from concept to completion. They help you with everything and every step of the way. So many nonprofits are literally just an email grab. They're going to give you a Zoom meeting and then give you a bunch of stuff and then leave you with it in your lap, and you're like, where do I go from there? When you work with Impacct Brooklyn, they are going to assist you every step of the way. So if you need help with your contracts, with your financials, if you need help with the lease, if you need help with your social media, creative content, payroll, human resources, if you need help with bookkeeping and accounting, all of the things that sometimes Black businesses don't get in the beginning to help give us the foundation that we need to grow, they are going to help you every single step of the way. I am living proof. I went through a cohort. I went through a 10, 12-week program. I learned so much in that process. And then at the end, I received a grant. When I say I can only sing the praises of them, they are the bomb. So if you're a small business, you absolutely have to use Impacct Brooklyn, because they do what? They make an impact.
And where can we find your business?
So the Collective at Indigo Style is located at 409 Lewis Avenue in the heart of Stuyvesant Heights, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Yes, baby. And we sell over 40 different small Black-owned brands. We do small batch brands that are like essential to the economy and growth of our community. Come by, shop us online, support the Collective at Indigo Style.
My name is Craig Collins. I'm the Chief Program Officer for Impacct Brooklyn. We're a nonprofit organization that has been in Brooklyn for 60 years.
Today on Untold Stories, celebrating diverse voices, we have an entrepreneurial and business highlight. Impacct Brooklyn has reached the milestone of Diamond Anniversary. That's 60 years of making positive contributions to the community. Impacct Brooklyn, formerly known as PAC, achieved the significant milestone of developing 1,000 units of affordable housing in the Brooklyn community. In 2016, PAC renamed itself to Impacct Brooklyn to emphasize their impact across the many areas of the borough. They have fought to preserve project-based Section 8 housing, prevented foreclosures, organized against lead paint hazards, provided home buyers education and counseling, offered loans and grants to home buyers and small businesses, and created business retention. They work to make Brooklyn more equitable by advocating for fair housing rights and educating the residents. Impacct Brooklyn's long-standing commitment to serving the Brooklyn community through affordable housing development, home ownership assistance, small business support, and advocacy for equitable housing practices demonstrates their significant impact in addressing housing needs in Brooklyn. Impacct Brooklyn also offers the Energy Fit program to help homeowners make critical repairs, weatherize their homes, and upgrade to electronic appliances to improve energy efficiency and comfort. As far as advocacy and equitable development goes, Impacct Brooklyn advocates for fair housing rights and educates residents on housing equality issues through workshops and initiatives like the Right to Fair Housing campaign. They work towards economic, racial, and cultural diversity by supporting small businesses. Beyond affordable housing development, Impacct Brooklyn has made significant impacts through housing preservation, home ownership, we spoke of this, support, community advocacy, small business assistance, and promoting equitable diversity. I have the pleasure of interviewing Craig Collins, Chief Program Officer of Impacct Brooklyn. He's here with the stunning Angie Hancock, who is in charge of the Economic Development Small Business Division. Angie Hancock is also president of Angie Hancock and Associates, or AHA for short. She is an exceptional social entrepreneur. Her entrepreneurial acumen, tenacity, and impact in driving business growth and success across multiple ventures. Craig Collins is driving positive change, He is a true champion of community empowerment. As the Chief Program Officer for Impact Brooklyn, he has spearheaded numerous initiatives aimed at uplifting and supporting the residents of our beloved borough. With a deep understanding of the challenges faced by underserved communities, Craig has tirelessly worked to create programs that address critical issues such as education, healthcare, and economic development. Through his leadership, Impact Brooklyn has become a beacon of hope, providing essential resources and opportunities to those who need them most. Craig's unwavering commitment to social justice and his ability to bring people together has been instrumental in fostering a sense of unity and progress within the community. Along with Angie Hancock, a trailblazer in her community advocacy, Angie Hancock is a force to be reckoned with when it comes to community advocacy. As the president of Angie Hancock and Associates, she has dedicated her career to amplifying the voices of those who often go unheard. With a passion for social change and a deep understanding of the complexities of our society, Angie has been a tireless advocate for marginalized communities. Through her organization, Angie has spearheaded numerous initiatives that have empowered individuals, promoted inclusivity, and challenged systematic barriers. Her unwavering commitment to justice and her ability to inspire others has made her a true leader in the fight for equality and equity. Together, Craig Collins and Angie Hancock represent the very best of our community. Their tireless efforts, innovative approaches, and unwavering dedication has touched countless lives, leaving an undeniable mark on the fabric of our society. As we celebrate their achievements today, let us be inspired by their example and renew our commitment to creating a better world for all. Join us in honoring these two remarkable individuals and the powerful impact of their service to our community.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So I'm just going to tell you that Impact Brooklyn is a nonprofit that is literally designed to help small businesses, entrepreneurs, small brands. Even if you just have an idea, they will take you from concept to completion. They help you with everything and every step of the way. So many nonprofits are literally just an email grab. They're going to give you a Zoom meeting and then give you a bunch of stuff and then leave you with it in your lap and you're like, where do I go from there? When you work with Impact Brooklyn, they are going to assist you every step of the way. So if you need help with your contracts, with your financials, if you need help with a lease, if you need help with your social media, creative content, payroll, human resources, if you need help with bookkeeping and accounting, all of the things that sometimes Black businesses don't get in the beginning to help give us the foundation that we need to grow, they are going to help you every single step of the way. I am living proof. I went through a cohort. I went through a 10, 12-week program. I learned so much in that process. And then at the end, I received a grant. When I say I can only sing the praises of them, they are the bomb. So if you're a small business, you absolutely have to use Impact Brooklyn because they do what? They make an impact. So the Collective Indigo Style is located at 409 Lewis Avenue in the heart of Stuyvesant Heights, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Yes, baby. And we sell over 40 different small Black-owned brands. We do small batch brands that are like essential to the economy and growth of our community. Come by, shop us online, support the Collective Indigo Style.
Good afternoon, my name is Craig Collins. I'm the Chief Program Officer for Impact Brooklyn. We're a nonprofit organization that has been in Brooklyn for 60 years. And today we're having an event that we're here celebrating economic development and making sure that our small businesses and communities are able to thrive. Today I have Ms. Angie Hancock here, who's running economic development, small business division.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Angie Hancock, and I am president of Angie Hancock and Associates, or AHA for short. I've had the privilege of partnering with Impact Brooklyn to help small businesses in the Brooklyn community thrive. As part of the support that Impact Brooklyn provided for small businesses during the pandemic and recovery post-pandemic, I had the privilege of partnering with Impacct Brooklyn to support 34 businesses developing an action plan on how they're going to pivot their business and grow post-pandemic. The businesses, after completing 8 weeks of education, received a grant in the amount of $5,000 to $10,000 to help implement their action plans. Today's luncheon is part of an ongoing process to invite the entrepreneurs to continue to meet and collaborate and to look for ways to grow their business. Businesses are continuing to struggle. Coming out of the pandemic, they're faced with significant inflation, access to capital, and just access to the human resources to continue to grow their businesses. The landscape has changed significantly since 2020, and a lot of the things that small businesses were challenged with pre-pandemic has just been exacerbated. So Angie Hancock and Associates is a small business development consultancy, and we work with organizations such as Impacct Brooklyn, city agencies, and corporations to help provide on-the-ground support to small businesses and local communities. And so you're correct. A lot of small businesses are challenged in that they don't have the resources to hire my company directly, but what they should do is continue to partner with organizations such as Impacct Brooklyn, the Brooklyn Chamber, Bedside Restoration. What I recommend for small businesses is to tap into the local resources that are available to them, be it Impacct Brooklyn, the Brooklyn Chamber, New York City Small Business Services, Bedside Restoration, and others that are here to support businesses in the local community. I think the 3 keys to success for any small business is having a plan and working your plan and staying consistent and true. Consistently go back and reevaluate your plan to make sure that the assumptions that you made when you were developing your plan are actually what is operating in the environment. No one could have predicted the pandemic or the inflation that followed, but yet we are here. So you have to go back and evaluate your plan and decide what adjustments you need to make in order to be successful. Tap into your network. Your network is your most valuable asset. And so talk to fellow business owners, talk to the organizations that are in your community to support your business. And then last, at the end of the day, it's all about the numbers. And so you will have to go, at some point in your business, you're going to have to go outside of your own bank account and raise capital to support all small businesses, no matter where you are in your small business journey.
That is Impact BK, so that's IMPACCTBK.org, where you can read.
And you can find us at AngieHancockAssociates.com, as well as follow us on LinkedIn and Instagram.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to interview you. It was last minute and spur of the moment, but I appreciate this so much. Thank
No problem.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we were connected to Megabyte actually, which is a company that has actually a remarkably similar business model to Hungry Houses. They are another multi-brand fast casual platform, tech-enabled fast casual platform existing in Brooklyn. So we got connected to them basically through an investor that we had in common. So the investor connected us. We spent a period of time kind of getting to know each other as founding teams and understanding ways in which we can work together. And and over time, solidified basically this operational partnership and working agreement going forward to really just continue scaling and bringing this vision of a multi-brand, chef-inspired, tech-enabled fast casual offering all across the Americas. So it's a very exciting move for us, because if you had asked us 1 year ago, would we think that we'd be working with a company with a base in Central and South America, we couldn't even imagine that, but it makes complete sense for us to try to carve out a space for ourselves as a leader in that segment continent-wide. And I think Megabyte has very much the same thought. If you asked them a year ago, would they be joining up with a company like Hungry House based in New York, I don't think they could have imagined that outcome, but it's very exciting for them as well. It's a very exciting opportunity for us to learn and have an exchange of knowledge across our teams, apply best practices from the retail setting of what we do in-store and online, all the way even up to our catering operations. So there's a lot of synergies there that really kind of map out and fit together, and we're very excited, right, for the potential that this partnership and this merger offer, the ability to continue scaling through our omni-channels, right, in these 3 very diverse geographies, and really kind of getting the name out, all while continuing to work with inspiring chef partners, and really not changing any of the fundamental aspects of what we both do. So it's a major milestone for us, and we're excited to see what these upcoming months bring as we continue to build and fundraise together. I would consider it a full circle moment, absolutely, in a sense. I mean, it's not obviously the be-all, end-all of where we think we're heading, because I think there's a lot more in store for this business model. But it is a validating moment, right? It's a validating moment that says we've built something that consumers are paying attention to, that consumers enjoy, that's great for the customer, that enhances choice, that enhances livelihood for chef partners that we work with, that enhances selection for companies that purchase our catering, and that's also exciting to investors as well, right? So I think it's a validating moment that shows this business model is here to stay. We want to continue to advance this multi-brand, multi-channel, tech-facilitated take on fast casual, and there is opportunity for us to build up new locations in the future and get our food out to people who enjoy it through a variety of really accessible avenues. So it feels like, certainly job not finished whatsoever, but what we've been building makes sense in the market, and we can't wait to continue multiplying our offering across new geographies. I mean, that's where we want to wind up, certainly, right? We want to wind up as, I would say yes, a global player. Globally, at least insofar as we'll have a great presence in the Americas, at a minimum, USA, Mexico, Peru markets, are already well underway, and looking at more key markets across geographies for the future, as we sort of considering our 3 to 5 year plan. Really being able to get the name out under the Hungry House, Megabyte, and what will be called in the near future, our joint entity is called Byte Labs. Really getting that name out and getting our food out to consumers who are excited to try, these adventurous concepts. So that is, of course, the goal. I think we're still very much building toward that, and we kind of have to take a moment like this in stride, but it is a chance again to feel that energy of validation. As we know, we're putting forward a multi-brand offering that consumers really gravitate toward, and that chef partners love working with. So that's what I see in the near future for this joint entity. Just start out with no money but a creative dream. I mean, I would say first about the money part, there's ways to find money if you have a great concept, right? But the important part is, are you creating a solution that consumers want? In the case of Hungry House, the solution that we're offering is we're offering a platform for up-and-coming chef creators to broaden, their audiences and their landscapes to connect with more hungry consumers that are adventurous diners. Without the Hungry House avenue, there wouldn't be as much of that linkage, right, for some of these, especially up-and-coming chefs, celebrity chef influencers who are making a name for themselves online, and you can stoke that demand online to create real interest, both online and in person for the food that we create together. So that's our solution. I would say build a business that provides a solution, something that people really crave, and the rest will follow. And I think beyond that, treat everything as a brand learning experiment. One of the things that I learned in companies back in my earlier days of my career, like Uber Eats, even more recently at DoorDash, is never stop experimenting, right? Try new things at a furious pace, experiment, learn from your wins, and learn from your losses. You have to kind of create a culture of recording your wins and understand what you can apply and extend as what really works in the market. And when you have losses, things, experiments that don't go so well, learn from those, document those, and spread those learnings as well. And then you try again, you make slight tweaks, incrementally, one tweak at a time. And over the course of making many of those incremental improvements, you will eventually have a platform that really makes sense. So that would be my advice. Never stop making small mistakes, learning, making small wins, learning, and broadening those up to larger wins. Just keep that iterative mindset. I think that's really the classic kind of take on lean startup mentality. And one of the reasons I was happy to join Hungry House is to apply that, mode of doing things here. Yeah, so anybody who wants to promote a menu or concept they're working on in the culinary space is welcome to write us. You can write us at hello@orderhungryhouse.com with any ideas, proposals. We do field proposals here and there. I wouldn't say there's truly a hard requirement for what profile of chef that we like to work with, but I would say very much one nice to have is somebody that's active in the digital space that can stoke that interest across a diverse follower base, right, in the menus that they're developing, they're producing, and then having, I would say the operational efficiency and complexity to collaborate with us so we can bring those menus to life at larger scale, quickly, evenly, accessibly in a fast casual format, right? So I think those are some of the criteria that we look for. We're always fielding new proposals, we're always doing new chef intakes, experimenting to see, what types of food, not only genres, but specific plates really work in this fast casual format, and which ones don't. Now with the catering vertical opened up, we have even more opportunity to flex new formats of food that we're taking to partner businesses across the whole city. So, always open to hear proposals, invite folks to write into us. And we like to say there's no specific rule for this, but around seasonally, about at least once every quarter, we're looking to kind of refine and select a new concept that will really finalize and introduce into the market as one of our menus. So it's a fast pace, it's a dynamic setting. We invite chef and culinary collaborators from all different walks of life to submit their ideas to Hungry House.
Estin, thank you so much for your time.
You got it. So I didn't know the question very
Anderson, no relation, coming to you live from the Navy Yard with the one and only Black Cake Company by Miss Angela Price.
Angela Price. I'm CEO of the Black Cake Company. We're located in Brooklyn, New York. Our website is blackcake.com.
We started really by sharing space with them a couple of times a week. And then women were going into themselves. And I often tell the story that I wanted to be someone who knew exactly what I wanted to do with my life. And so I went to bed for 3 straight nights and asked God, what should I do? And every single morning I woke, I heard cakes. And that is what sent me on this journey in 1987. I was very curious about baking and sharing with the North American market our cakes, the black cake in particular, that they had never tasted. We grew up having it in Barbados, and I thought it was this great cake that they would, people would enjoy always.
So tell us a little bit about your culture in Barbados and what black cake means to that culture.
Black cake is really very important. We serve it always at Christmas, and this is throughout the entire Caribbean region. We always have it for every celebration. We do it for wedding favors. It's a treasured cake, really. We often save it for months and months, and the process to make the cake is also kind of laborious, so people understand that, and sometimes people hide the cake from family members so that they make sure that they still have some around for a long time.
Yes, I know in my family's from Guyana too, and my grandmother makes black cake, so I know it's a treasured cake.
Yes.
And it is pretty laborious to make. Can you tell us a little bit about your process?
Yeah, so it's the same as most of the Caribbean islands. We grind our fruit. We use, raisins, and we use dried fruits. We usually age for anywhere from 3 months on with rum and wine. And we do that to make sure that the cake is set and it ages. And so then after that we bake the cake. We use, only butter. We stay true to the recipe. It's an authentic cake, and we often feel like it's important for us to share something that we would eat ourselves. And it's also really important because people are very conscious of what they put in their bodies, and we realize that it's really important to give them something that is almost all natural.
So the name of your company is the Black Cake Company.
It is a company.
So what other cakes will be involved in this company?
So we offer black cakes. We do have a brown version of the black cake as well, which doesn't have burnt sugar. We also have a line of flavored rum cakes. So we offer things like banana rum, coconut, chocolate, and our original rum cakes. And these we ship all over the world, and they're available in varying sizes.
Oh wow, can you tell us, especially like your connection to the different places where you are shipping them to?
Well, we currently are shipping to the duty-free shops in Bermuda, and they're actually carrying 10 SKUs of our rum cake in particular. They carry the black cake mostly at holiday. Since last year, we've been shipping pallets of cakes to them every 2-3 months of all of our flavors.